As of now, Mario Barrios is the WBC champion. So who is he mandated to fight next? Do you have made that decision yet?
Well, at this time, Mario Barrios is going to fight Manny Pacquiao in July. That's a tremendous fight. It was released, PBC. Manny Pacquiao first title was the flyweight WBC, and he wants to retire as WBC champion, so he's fighting in the welterweight division.
WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman recently made headlines by announcing that Mario Barrios will face boxing icon Manny Pacquiao in a highly anticipated showdown scheduled for July. The announcement stirred significant buzz as Sulaiman emphasized the surprising return of Pacquiao to the ring after his retirement, a move that has sparked both excitement and controversy. A legendary champion with a resume like Manny Pacquiao has been medically cleared and licensed by the Nevada State Athletic Commission, Sulaiman stated. Given that, we voted in favor of allowing the fight to proceed. Despite having officially stepped away from the sport, Pacquiao's comeback is being closely watched by fans and critics alike. With the WBC's full endorsement, the bout promises to be more than just a contest. It's a defining moment for Pacquiao's enduring legacy. Adding to the discussion, UFC legend Daniel Cormier shared his thoughts on the developing situation, offering his own take on the controversy surrounding Pacquiao's unexpected return to competition.
So it's true, Barios and Pacquiao fighting in July. I told y'all, man, that was the rumor, but Sulaiman confirmed it. Pacquiao wants to retire the WBC champion. I'm rooting for Barios, though. I like Pacquiao, but I gotta go with Barrios.
Cormier made it clear that the fight confirmed by Mauricio Sulaiman wasn't the one many had originally expected, and he expressed strong support for Mario Barrios. While much of the spotlight remains on Pacquiao's shocking return, Cormier is firmly backing the underdog, challenging the widespread belief that Pacquiao's comeback guarantees victory. His confidence in Barrios adds a new layer of intrigue to the matchup, framing it not just as a clash between fighters, but as a clash of perspectives. As the debate intensifies, promoter Eddie Hearn also weighed in, further fueling the conversation, surrounding Pacquiao's return and what it means for boxing's evolving landscape.
I think that, it's a very contentious subject, people moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter.
Hearn acknowledges that while Manny Pacquiao may not be the fighter he once was, he still believes the boxing legend has enough left in the tank to challenge many of the top 20 fighters in the welterweight division. However, Hearn doesn't shy away from the reality of Pacquiao's age and decline, making it clear that the veteran's physical condition is a significant factor. His candid comments add fuel to the growing debate, especially with the excitement surrounding Pacquiao's return. While there's undeniable respect for Pacquiao's storied legacy, many are left wondering if he can still compete at the highest level. As the conversation about his comeback intensifies, Hearn raises further concerns about the timing of Pacquiao's return to the ring.
The problem is that he's been inactive for quite a long time. Like we were talking about fighting him with Conor Benn maybe 6 months ago or a year, and every month or 3 months or 6 months that passes, you do become a lot older. So, I guess there's two questions. One is, should he be fighting again? And at the end of the day, if he's good enough to beat everybody outside of the top 20 in the world, then why not? But should he be fighting for the world title? I guess that's...
Manny Pacquiao's inactivity in recent years is a critical factor, with each passing month only adding to his age. While he believes Pacquiao could still compete against fighters outside the top 20, Hearn questions whether the Filipino icon should be making a comeback for a world title shot. His remarks stir further controversy, highlighting the risks involved in such a return. The key question now isn't just whether Pacquiao can still compete, but whether he should be targeting the sport's highest honors at this point in his career. As the debate continues, Hearn shifts focus to the commercial side of boxing, offering a more business-oriented perspective. In the commercial world of boxing, the answer is probably yes, Hearn commented, acknowledging that Pacquiao's return makes sense financially, as the hype and money will follow. However, when it comes to the actual rankings and his activity, in the sport, Hearn remains cautious, suggesting that Pacquiao's return might not carry the same significance in the ring. This sharp distinction between the financial allure of Pacquiao's comeback and the practical realities of his performance in the sport deepens the divide. While the business side of boxing may push for his return, the sporting world is more skeptical. After addressing both commercial and ranking concerns, Hearn didn't hold back when discussing Pacquiao's upcoming opponent, Mario Barrios.
I think when you've achieved what he's achieved, you've always got the right to do things a little bit differently to others. And with all due respect, Barios is not Boots, and Barios is not Crawford. And that's why we pushed the Conor Benn fight. Conor Benn, his best win is against Algieri or Van Heerden. So actually, Pacquiao is a
that while Mario Barrios is a solid fighter, he falls short when compared to the likes of Jaron Boots Ennis or Terence Crawford. Hearn emphasized, however, that Pacquiao's upcoming fight against Barrios is still a significant step up from the opponents that Conor Benn has faced, whose best victories have come against lower-level competition. This comparison highlights that, even though Pacquiao may no longer be in his prime, he still possesses a level of skill and experience that surpasses what Benn has encountered. It's clear that Hearn believes Pacquiao is stepping into the ring with a more worthy opponent, despite his time away from the sport. As the debate surrounding Pacquiao's return heats up, former champion Tim Bradley also weighed in, offering his own perspective on why the legendary fighter is making a comeback.
Obviously, it has to be pertaining to any kind of money. It has to be financial. I mean, any fighter that comes back, especially from retirement, a guy like Manny Pacquiao, it definitely has to do with money. One. Two, I think Manny Pacquiao, his C game is a lot better than anybody, a lot of guys' A game, even with the age. But you have to take into account the last time he stepped foot in that ring against Ugas. He didn't look good. He was outmatched by, a fighter, a younger fighter.
Bradley made it clear that money plays a significant role in Manny Pacquiao's decision to return, particularly given the financial allure of such a high-profile fight. Despite Pacquiao's age, Bradley pointed out that his skill set remained superior to many fighters, but he didn't shy away from acknowledging the reality of Pacquiao's last performance against Yordenis Ugas, where he was outclassed by a younger, hungrier opponent. Bradley's comments added to the skepticism surrounding Pacquiao's comeback, raising questions about whether the Filipino icon is truly ready to return to the spotlight. While Bradley expressed doubts about Pacquiao's ability to reclaim his former glory, he also gave credit to Mario Barrios, the fighter who will face the legend in the ring.
Barrios is no slouch. Barrios is a young fighter, bigger fighter, knows how to, control distance very well. Can punch a little bit. He's no easy task for anybody in the welterweight division. And for Manny to come.
Bradley made it clear that Mario Barrios should not be underestimated, calling him a skilled and dangerous fighter. He highlighted Barrios' youth, size, and his ability to control distance and land powerful punches. While the welterweight division is packed with talent, Bradley believes Barrios could pose a serious challenge to anyone in that weight class. This adds an extra layer of complexity to the fight, as it's not just about Pacquiao's return, but also how he will fare against a strong opponent like Barrios. Despite this, Bradley continued to express his concerns about Pacquiao's decision to come back, especially against someone like Barrios. His caution emphasizes the potential risks of Pacquiao stepping back into the ring at this stage of his career.
After this long, and to face a young guy like that is dangerous. And sometimes, these old legends, they got to get beat up several times before they call it quits. That Ugas fight, I don't know if it was enough for Pacquiao. That's why he's coming back. But Barrios, he can finish Pacquiao. There's a possibility that he can finish Pacquiao and basically cause him to go back into retirement.
Pointed out the dangers of Pacquiao facing a young, hungry fighter like Mario Barrios after such a long break from the ring. He believes that Pacquiao might need to experience a few tough losses before realizing it's time to retire for good. Bradley suggested that Barrios could potentially be the one to finish Pacquiao's career and force him into retirement once and for all. This warning underscores the risks of Pacquiao's comeback, as Barrios presents a legitimate threat to the aging legend, and the outcome could have major implications for Pacquiao's future in boxing. Despite the concerns about Pacquiao's age and the potential ring rust, Bradley still acknowledges that the Filipino icon possesses a weapon that could turn the tide in his favor during the fight.
I think that, It's a very contentious subject. People moaning about Manny Pacquiao. I think Manny Pacquiao is still good enough to beat most fighters in the top 20 at 147 pounds. He's clearly not the fighter that he once was.